We have free will. What about it? I don't understand.
So, no, that's a statement, not your understanding. How does God give you free will?
What do you mean? How does he give us free will? I don't understand.
It's an open question, really. What's your understanding of free will in this world, in respect to your religion?
Yeah, God creates us, and we have free will to choose anything we want.
Is it anything you want you can choose? Is that true?
Yeah, with respect to belief or disbelief, yeah.
Well, with respect to opportunity as well.
Yeah.
Oh, in belief, in your belief. So you
Yeah, I thought that's what you were getting
that's
at.
Fine, sorry. So you can choose whatever you want to believe.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay, and that's because it's God-given.
Yeah, God gave you the choice.
Can you demonstrate your choosing a belief that you have?
What do you mean?
Well, do you get a simple belief that you have? Any belief?
Yeah, I have the belief.
You believe that your father that you grew up with was your father?
Yes.
Okay, so that's a belief that you have.
Yeah.
Can you choose to not believe that he's your father?
Yeah, if I wanted to go insane.
Well, you said that you've got free choice about your beliefs. So
Yeah.
I'm asking you to demonstrate for 5 seconds that you can believe that your father wasn't your father.
No, but you've taken a specific belief instead of every single belief. I mean, which beliefs are you talking about? Anything in general?
Well, you said that he gave you free will to believe whatever you want to believe.
Yeah, but I was talking about with respect to God.
So what about the other beliefs that we have?
Like what else?
Well, like where we were born. Are we free to believe what we want about where we were born?
I mean, I guess theoretically somebody could make up their own story as to where they're born and convince themselves otherwise.
Do you know where you were born?
Yeah.
Where were you born?
In the U.S.?
In a particular hospital?
Yes.
Okay, what hospital was that?
I actually don't know the name of it.
But you know of it?
Yeah.
You know of it. Can you believe that you weren't born in that hospital?
Yeah, if I convince myself of that.
So, but you said that you've got free will to believe what you want to believe or what you don't want to believe. So you could believe for 5 seconds to demonstrate your power in your ability to change your beliefs. You could just say, oh yeah, I believe I was born in London rather than New York. Can you do that?
Yeah, if I was presented with evidence of that.
But that's not free will, is it? That's experience that changes your will. So if I gave you birth certificates, photos of you born in London, you change your belief. But that's not a change of belief. That's not you changing your belief. That's me changing your belief.
Why? Why would you assume that?
Because I'm demonstrating a load of evidence.
Yeah, but I don't have to believe you.
So your belief isn't dependent on evidence.
No, the point is, if somebody's presented with evidence, they have a choice to accept it or not.
Okay, so so the evidence doesn't make you choose your beliefs. Your beliefs aren't dependent.
No, why
on
would
evidence. Okay, so just demonstrate your God-given free will by believing you were born in London just for 5 seconds.
I don't understand what you're driving at, to be honest with you. I don't understand the whole point of what you're getting at.
Well, do you understand what I'm asking though?
Yeah, but I think it's a ridiculous question.
Why is it ridiculous?
Because you're coming here to ask me. First, you started out with God. Now you're asking about where I was born, and then you're talking about evidence. If somebody's presented with evidence, there are many times where we say, "Oh, it's so obvious that this happened," and everybody else believes it, but somebody doesn't believe it. So that means they have the choice to accept it or not.
I think that's not characterizing what I'm coming from.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't understand where you're coming from.
I'm saying, you're telling me that God has given you free will to believe what you want to believe.
Yeah.
And I'm asking you to demonstrate that you can change your beliefs at will. I believe you can't. That's where I'm coming from.
You cannot. So you're a determinist.
I'm a determinist, but what I'm saying is I believe you can't change your beliefs at will.
So how does it work then?
It works with experience. So your whole life experiences set up your sets of beliefs, and you believe according to your your experiences, the way you've thought about things previously.
Yeah.
But you haven't got absolutely free will.
Can you demonstrate that?
Well, I'm asking you to demonstrate free will. I can't demonstrate not free will.
No, you're saying that we're determined. Everything that we do, that we believe, that we feel is determined by something completely outside of ourselves, and we have no choice.
I can demonstrate it.
Okay, go ahead.
I will try, but it will take me a little while.
I don't think you ever could.
Okay. Can you demonstrate, before I try to do that, I would think it was a very simple demonstration of free will for you to show that you can change your belief at will.
Yes.
So if you can do that,
Yeah, it's
then
it's based on the principle of credulity. Do you know what that is?
Well, I'm not looking for the philosophical descriptions of it. I'm asking for a demonstration.
What do you mean by demonstration?
That you can tell me, I believe this thing in this second, then I believe something different to it, and then I go back to the original belief. So if you can demonstrate...
You don't think that's ever happened?
No, I'm asking you to do it. Not. I don't think that has happened, no.
You don't?
But I'm asking you to...
Have you ever changed your mind about something?
So people change their mind on a change of evidence. So what I'm asking you is to change your belief.
But does the evidence necessarily determine you to change your mind?
Well,
because what you're doing is you're assuming you have event A and event B, and you're saying because there's a correlation that therefore necessarily the first event A is determining and causing you to believe that. That's an assumption.
No,
you don't have a demonstration of that.
No, but all I'm asking for a demonstration from you.
I'm saying that you can't demonstrate what you just said.
But I'm asking you to demonstrate a change of belief.
Exactly.
Can you do that?
Exactly, and I'm telling you.
You can say no.
I'm trying to get down to your level because you said you didn't want to discuss the philosophical part. But that's what it is.
No, but I'm asking you as a human being.
Yeah.
To demonstrate you changing beliefs.
And I'm asking you to demonstrate how it's not.
Why are you answering a question with a question?
Because I am. Do you want to enjoy the? Do you want to come into the debate too?
Why do you answer a question with a question?
Because I want to.
But why?
Because I want to.
You don't want to answer.
No, because I chose to.
Usually that's
I chose to. I chose
Why did
to.
you do
I have the free will to do it or not.
You do, but why?
You do? Well, he doesn't think I do. Maybe I'm determined to.
Maybe you are.
Okay.
I mean,
so I'm determined to. I'm determined to.
Yeah. Okay. So you determined. Okay. We're agreed then.
Okay.
I suppose I'll try and answer your question.
You can never answer it because the fact of one thing correlating, okay, you have two events, and because they correlate, you assume that one is causing the other. You don't have any evidence.
I don't want to assume anything.
That's what you're doing, though.
If you said to me I could jump up and down or take a sip for my coffee and ask you to demonstrate it, you just have to demonstrate it by showing me. So
yeah, but you're saying I'm determined to.
No, wait, no. You're saying you have free will.
Yes.
So demonstrate.
No, and you're saying that I don't have free will.
Yeah.
So that means you have a burden of proof in the discussion as well, because you're making a claim.
And I'm prepared to go with that claim. But what I was hoping for is that you could demonstrate your free will ability to change your beliefs at will.
I do.
To demonstrate.
Yes.
Go for it.
So at the beginning of this conversation, I thought you were here in good faith. Now I don't. I changed my mind.
Right, but that was only because of your experience, right? Can you change your mind?
You're assuming,
No, wait.
You keep begging the question, you're assuming that experience is what caused me to do that. Can you demonstrate that?
No, can you go back for even 1 second?
Can you demonstrate
that?
Can
you go back for 1 second?
Yeah.
To believing that I'm here
yeah,
in
I can.
good faith?
Yeah, I can.
So you totally believe that?
I can if I want to, yes.
Not if I can, if I want to.
Yes, I can.
Can you actually do it?
Yes, I can.
Do it.
I'm doing it.
Am I here in good faith?
We'll see.
Well, that doesn't really demonstrate that you've changed that.
Yeah, I'm not surprised.
We've got pigeons, man. We've got bird feed or something. Pigeons are around you.
So no, I think that you haven't demonstrated your.
I think that you're making an assumption, and when I press you to demonstrate that assumption, you can't, and that's why you've got nothing.
Okay, so that's what you're saying.
Yeah,
you had,
that's my claim.
But the thing is that
you heard what I said.
it is
I'm
harder
not repeating it for the
to
camera.
define determinism.
No,
Why?
no, I didn't take his photo.
Because if
To
you
get me to
can
come over and
determine
debate.
free will, it's a very simple
Maybe
experiment.
you forgot.
What's the experiment?
I'm just trying to walk you through the
No. What's the experiment for determinism?
No, that's what I'm saying. There isn't a very simple experiment.
Why not?
Obviously, I told him to go away
Some
and
things
say
are
if he
less
wants to talk,
easy to explain or demonstrate.
So then why do you hold that position?
Well,
Maybe because the last time it
I
got
want to
3
go
million
through
views
that,
and you were hoping
but
to
I want you to be able to.
Never got 3.1 million
I don't
views.
think that you've been able to
Never got
demonstrate.
3.5 million.
Why not?
Have you? Have you?
If I take a sip of this drink, how is that not a demonstration?
Well, because what I've asked you is not to determine whether you take a sip or you don't take a sip, but just whether you are able to change your beliefs at will.
What do you mean?
Any of them.
I've explained it many times. Change your beliefs at will. So if you
Yeah, I
don't
can
believe
change my belief.
at will.
Yes, meaning I can choose to believe something or not.
That's exactly what I'm asking.
Yeah, and I said that all along.
You haven't demonstrated it. Because you can say
Your channel is all I know is I stand like he stands with
You haven't demonstrated the opposite. You've made a claim.
well, I'm asking you to demonstrate.
I already answered your question a long time ago.
worn multiple.
Yes, I have.
Okay.
I'll try and
multiple
I feel.
Have you ever?
I mean, I don't want to be offensive.
ever
I feel
worn
like you're
multiple
trying to resist
microphones?
following his line of
wearing
thought.
multiple
But I'll try and
microphones
answer the question. I'll
within
try and demonstrate how you can't choose a belief.
Then stop bringing birds.
I used to believe that somebody would not become aggressive towards me just from asking them how they are. Okay, for most of my life, until I was like 17, I thought nobody could get angry or offended by asking them how they are. Until I was in Tesco Extra in Watford, and I was a bit drunk with my friend, and a man came in, and I said, "You alright, mate?" Just because, you're a little bit more like that when you're drunk. I was like, "You alright, mate?" And then he goes silent, looks at me with a dead stare, comes right up to me, and he's like, "Fuck off. Who the fuck are you talking to?"
Okay,
You couldn't be aggressive. At that moment, my belief changed, but I had no choice in that belief. And now I can't choose to believe that saying, "Are you okay?" to someone couldn't offend them, because I've experienced asking someone if they're okay and then becoming aggressive. And that experience has changed my belief. What he's saying is, belief is affected by being convinced of something or experiencing something. You can't convince yourself if you haven't experienced it.
Yeah, my point is, everything that you just said is an assumption. You're saying that the experience determined you to change your belief. What's your argument for
It didn't
that?
determine me to choose my belief. The event changed my belief.
Yeah, it caused you to change your belief.
It didn't cause me to change my belief. My belief changed because
Why did it change?
my experience of life changed in that moment. That
Yeah.
somebody
Did that cause you to change your belief?
My belief was changed because I was convinced by that action.
Yes, exactly. My point is, you're making the claim that that event happened and your belief changed, and one is the cause of the other. You have a correlation, but you can't demonstrate that one caused the other.
I certainly didn't. I certainly couldn't exercise free will to change my belief.
Why not? How do you know that?
Because I can try. I can try right now, and I can't do it. I'll try right now to believe that saying "Are you okay?" to somebody could not cause them to be aggressive.
Yes, you do.
Okay, I can't because I still have the memory of somebody being aggressive in that very situation.
Run your things.
So,
That happened to me.
yeah,
in
but
real
you're
life.
saying that caused you to change your belief.
I'm saying my belief isn't changed by.
Okay, so why don't you want to use the word cause?
No,
You don't want to use the word cause because you know
It's not-
you're jammed.
it's
You
not
have
the
no
word-
answer
it's
to
not-
it.
I'm interrupting Jake because I've come all this way to give him salams.
Salam,
It's
bro.
all the way from. No, camera time. I don't even here today because Jake came down. Alhamdulillah.
Alhamdulillah.
bro?
Good,
It's not the
alhamdulillah.
word cause I have an issue with. It's the
It
word,
does,
it's
because
the-
every
it's-
time I repeat it, you avoid using the word
because
cause.
You say cause to choose. It's the choose I have an issue with.
No. I'm saying, did that event cause you for your belief to change?
It caused my belief to change. Yes.
Okay,
Never will change.
Yeah.
let me try and.
I suppose it's a tricky word to define. Maybe you should define it, seeing as you're the one who has used
What
it.
is the point you're making? What is the point you're making?
There's no point.
You're a bit late to the
What is
conversation.
the point you're
so,
making?
You know,
Yeah, well, I'm here now.
my point
Welcome
is,
to the show.
My point is, I mean, I was just came to try. They're at a stalemate. I was trying to break the stalemate.
What's a stalemate? What's a stalemate?
I'm agreeing with the point on this side that
What's the point?
that you cannot change your belief at will.
You can't.
You cannot.
Right, what do you mean by change?
What I mean is your belief changes based on experience.
No, you just
or
use the word
being
change again. What does the word change mean?
So I don't know. I can think of an example.
You're using
maybe.
the word. Do you know what the word means?
Change. Well, I could give you some synonyms, maybe.
Oh, okay, so here's your sentence you said. You can't change your belief at will. Yeah?
Yes.
All right, what does change mean?
I suppose a change is like a transformation, transfiguration.
What does transformation mean?
Okay, I'm not sure how helpful that kind of line is.
Oh, no, we know how helpful it is.
I don't need to keep repeating myself. You know, the debate is between these two.
Well,
over free will.
unfortunately, put your big boy panties on because you're in the ring.
Right.
Right,
You know,
so tell us now what change means.
you don't have the right to put me in the ring. I was simply trying to break a
You brought
stalemate.
yourself into the ring, mate. I didn't invite you.
right.
You stepped into the ring.
weren't invited
Oh, don't worry. I'm stunning cold, mate. I'm in the ring.
You
You don't need to
weren't
invite me. I'm running down the ramp, mate. I'm sliding under the ropes. I'm in the ring. Yeah? Alhamdulillah.
Okay, listen. You said you had an experience that altered your belief. That's literally what you said to me.
But
Yes.
you
You believe that if you went up to someone
I
and said,
don't
how are
quite
you?
understand
wouldn't
why
get aggressive.
you want to like even taking it down to the definition of every word. You believe in free will.
Because if I don't understand what you mean when you say something, how can I even answer your question? How can we have a discussion if you use words and I don't know what they mean?
Yeah, they use words they don't even understand themselves.
Yeah.
Hamza, it's hard to have a three-way conversation. We've arranged to have this conversation.
Yeah. I thought you hit a stalemate.
What words do you? What
Yeah, don't worry,
words?
you're safe. I'll let you out.
Sorry, Joe. What
I'll
words
lay you on the headlock.
did I say
Oh, did I not?
that is
Okay, then what's
difficult
changed?
to understand?
Like I said,
Well, the discussion with him has taken me off track. Now I have to recall everything you said.
So
I'm here for these guys.
my belief is that we can't change our beliefs at will. That our beliefs are the product of various experiences, what we've learned, what we've experienced, and that it's an illusion to think that we can just at will change our beliefs.
It's an illusion, so do you experience the fact that you can do that? Does it feel like that? Does it feel like you can change your beliefs at will?
No, I don't think many people.
You go too deep.
I don't
It's not that
think
deep.
Hamza,
Shallow waters, mate.
Hamza,
I'm interrupting, my friend.
yeah.
No, because what he's asking you is, in a vacuum, can you just change your beliefs? No, it's going to be based on reason. It's going to be based on what you've heard, what you've read, what you've studied, what your social
Well, I
conditions
think
are.
that's exactly what I've just said.
Yes, that's what you're telling
That's what I'm
him.
saying.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you.
So, but you're. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, but you still have a choice at the end.
At the end of what? There is no end. You're at the
Reasons are presented before you, and you have to accept it or not.
No, you might have. I'll give an example of what you're saying.
Could be with any claim. You making this claim right now that I don't have a choice. I can either, and you can provide me evidence and reasons, and I can accept it or not.
Well, can you give another example of?
Why not? Let's stick with that one, because this is what the whole debate is
I tell you
about.
why. It's because if you keep it in a real world, simple.
Can I
belief-
choose to accept what you're saying right now? Yes or no?
At the moment, you
Yeah.
don't accept what I'm saying.
Is it my choice?
I think it's not.
Whose choice is it?
I think it's it's the result.
What do you disagree with?
Sorry.
He's saying that you can't change your beliefs at will. You can't choose what you want to believe.
He didn't say that.
No, but that's what he claimed from the beginning. That's his
No,
whole.
but that's not what he's saying now.
No, I am saying that you can't.
He's
choose
saying-
You said you
at
can't.
will.
Can you
can't-
change your beliefs based upon new information?
No. Yes, you can.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. So you agree with that? So
Yeah,
I-
no,
Yeah.
So that's what I'm saying is that at this point you believe something. At the end of this conversation, you might believe the same thing,
Yeah.
or it might change.
But yeah, exactly.
there's something-
But it's my choice. You're saying it's not my
there's something
choice.
That's happened in between.
Yes.
That has changed your belief.
Yes.
But that changes to us. It's not what I'm arguing. I'm not arguing that. That's true.
Yeah.
I'm arguing that we can't change these at will. That we can't go. from
Okay,
one
so what do you
belief
mean by at will then?
like just in the immediate choice of right, I believe that, now I don't believe it. I believe that, I don't believe it.
Is there a time limit to that?
Like immediate.
So,
As immediate as a human mind
for
can be.
example, let me give you an example. I'm just going to bring Christianity to him just very quickly, yeah? So I could speak to a Christian today, and he could believe, right now, that the gospel writers in their Bible were eyewitnesses of Jesus, right? I can have a conversation with them, and by the time I finish that conversation, they won't believe that.
Okay, so that's too long. I'm talking about at will.
No, that will be at will.
I'm talking about that if there is a gap.
Well, that's what I
between
mean.
those
You're
two
like
things.
saying snapping
So
your
you're saying,
finger
okay,
like
Islam
a.
is true, and you go yes. Is that what you're saying?
I don't get it. It's like,
Hamza,
Because you agree with what he's saying. That's the thing. isn't
You've
it?
got a tendency to straw man what people are saying.
No.
To
we're trying to
minimise-
understand what you mean
understand
by
what you
at
mean.
will.
But I'm trying to have a conversation with you. But if you keep jumping in, it doesn't really
Just
help.
one second.
yeah?
No, but the problem is he
Well,
agrees with what you're saying, so I don't understand what the conversation's
So
about.
the
You
issue,
agree with what he's saying.
The issue is
Apart from, if someone comes up to you and says Islam is true, and you go, really? All right, yeah,
of course, that's ridiculous.
That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Hamza, good
Now-
story, bro. But actually, we're trying to have a conversation.
I know.
And you keep saying, I know, but never stopping opening your mouth.
Right. So he agrees with what you're saying.
Yeah. Okay. So we both agree.
He does agree.
We both agree.
He
that-
agrees you can't instantaneously change your beliefs without reason. He accepts that.
of course.
So he accepts what he's saying. So I don't
Is
know
that
what
is that right?
Of course.
Of course he does.
So what is so
I'm trying to move
you
the
Like
can't-
I don't close my eyes and all of a sudden now I forgot your name. What's your name? John. John is not here anymore. And then I open and I say, okay, John's here.
Yeah.
That's
Can't
ridiculous.
believe-
Nobody's talking about that.
Okay, so you haven't got that. So it is dependent on reason and experience.
Of course. But it's non-necessitating. Just because I have a reason for something doesn't mean that I have to accept that reason.
Exactly.
That's the difference. You're assuming
okay,
that the
so-
reason forces me to believe it. It doesn't.
So when you're having
Unless it's
can
logical.
Hamza, can I? If you have 5 different thoughts that emerge
Yeah.
about, say, where you want to eat this evening, right? And
Could well happen.
you have various thoughts, and you've got various beliefs about yourself and the restaurant that you're choosing out of those 5 restaurants.
Yeah.
Good analogy.
So how does that emerge that you choose the particular one that you choose?
Testimony.
Could be different for depends.
Yeah, so you could be thinking, oh, I think that I'm feeling like I need that type of food, I'm not feeling so hungry, or you believe that one restaurant is better than another as well. It's got better quality food than
Yeah, it could be many different reasons. Yeah.
Okay, so your choice is based on all of those kind of beliefs about yourself, your hunger, all the many different reasons, and as a overall choice, you make a final choice. It could be convenience, it could be all of those things. Is that right?
Yeah, I make it based on whatever I feel at the time.
Is it whatever you feel? But what's the feeling when you say whatever I feel? Isn't that based on a set of
Meaning,
beliefs?
after somebody gives me reasons for preferring one restaurant over another, at the end of the day, it's my choice which restaurant I want to go to.
And when they give those reasons, are those reasons related to your agreement with those reasons?
But it doesn't force me to believe in it. That's the point.
I didn't say...
No, but that's your hidden assumption is if I have a reason for doing something, then I don't have a choice.
I'll give you an
No, I
easy.
didn't-
I'll give you
That's
an
your
easy-
assumption.
Let me give you an easy working analogy. Just one second.
No, one
So Jake says, I feel like Kentucky Fried Chicken tonight. There's a halal one around
Yeah.
here. Let's have KFC.
Yeah.
And I say, actually, mate, I know a guy who works in, man. They don't wash their hands before they do the chicken. Yeah. You say, right, I'm not eating there. Then why? Based on new information. So our beliefs are based upon reason.
Yes.
Our reasons can be tested. Yeah. So obviously you're using the wrong example with Jake because Jake doesn't know the manner. Yeah. So he would take testimony from people who've eaten around it. Yeah, I've eaten it. It's really good food or whatever.
But he knows KFC, Burger King, McDonald's, and you have a belief about that. You have a belief about, you have a whole set of beliefs that are underpinning the reasons.
Yeah, so we don't go
that
Mackie
have.
D's because you're limited to what you eat because they don't do halal.
Even very simple decisions that we make are based
Saying
on
the same thing.
even very simple decisions that we make are based on a background of multitudinal.
Of course, it's not in a vacuum. You don't lock yourself
He's
in a
going to tell us the
room.
grass is green next.
So where does it stop? So it goes back to where does it stop before our influence about which restaurant we go to? Where does that ever stop? That influence is it based also on your experience as a child, your dietary knowledge, your experience of being in London before? It goes back really back to childhood, doesn't it? In the same kind of way, cause and effect that you would talk about.
No, but this is where you're bringing in cause and effect. You're saying that these experiences necessarily cause me to believe this or to do that. You can't demonstrate that. That's an assumption.
Well, when did you first have a free? What age were you when you first had a free choice?
Sorry, I don't remember. I mean, memory only goes back to what, like 2-3 years old?
Theoretically, yeah.
Yeah, so when I was a little boy.
So you don't. Yeah. So what kind of age? Because there's a point where nearly all your choices are made for you as a baby, aren't they? So you get born. You're born into genetics of a certain type.
Yeah, but
everything that.
John, what I'm saying to you, which you're not getting, is you keep saying, oh, these have influences on your life, your parents, what you chose to eat, where you lived, where you were brought up. But you're then jumping from that to say that therefore, when you're presented with reasons, you don't have the choice to believe one thing over another.
No,
that's your ultimate end.
No, you do.
And you can't prove that.
And it's quite ironic.
You
You're a
do
reaper,
have,
and I'm
you
a
do
reaper,
have-
and he's a reaper.
You do have
Yeah.
the illusion of choice.
Okay, you have the illusion of choice.
Yeah.
So right now, do you have the choice to be here?
Yeah, I've got the illusion of choice.
You got the illusion of choice. So you live in an illusion.
That's not logical. That's straw man, isn't it?
Why?
I have the illusion of choice. I have.
Is
what
your
appears-
entire life based on the illusion of choice?
I'm not
Your
sure-
experience. Do you experience that you have genuine choices?
There's a personal experience.
Okay,
of
so
choice.
you have the personal experience of that,
Yeah.
right? So do I.
Yeah, I'm not denying that.
Okay,
what I'm
but you're
is-
saying it's illusion.
But yes, that's right. And what
So
I'm
that
saying-
you're saying that your entire life is based on an experience that's illusory.
I don't think that's the right jump
Why not?
to make because it's kind of broadening a situation in an unhelpful manner.
Why not?
Is there any choice you've made that's not been an illusion?
Okay, let's make it simple. Let's take one thing. You sitting on that chair. Do you have a genuine choice to sit on that chair right now or not?
What you appear to be trying to argue is
I'm
do
just
we
asking
have
you
the
a question.
experience, the subjective experience. Do we
Yeah.
Do we have this subjective experience of choice? Of course we do.
Okay. In reality, do you have a choice to sit on that chair right now or not?
Well, the I've got a
I know it's hard,
subjective
John, but
choice.
you can answer it eventually.
Is it a hard determinant?
It's hard. See, this is what atheism is. It's hard to determine whether or not you have a choice to sit on that chair. That's where you're at right now.
No, it's not. I don't think that's true. I think that the whole argument around determinism is much more is not as superficial as you are presenting it. Yeah?
Okay, so
if
let's
you're-
keep
if
it
you're-
simple.
If you're keeping it as a very superficial basis of you can choose to sip the coffee, can't you? In psychology and neurology, there's scans that people say, when did you make that choice? The choice is made prior.
John, you don't want to go down
Wait,
that
wait.
route, buddy.
But what I'm saying is that it's not as simple as just going, oh, well, you can choose to sit with
Okay,
coffee
so
or not.
let's keep it
let's not
simple.
minimise
Let's keep it simple.
Let's not, no.
Let's keep it simple and answer the question if you have a genuine choice to sit on that chair right now or not.
I have a subjective choice.
Okay, is that real or is it illusory?
It's real within my mind experience at the moment.
Okay, so what's the difference between that and reality?
There's a whole set of circumstances that pay into my belief about
Based on
what
your
I do.
experiences, right?
Based on my
But all of your experiences are subjectively illusory.
Yeah.
So the whole thing is an illusion.
Not the experiences. Well, I mean, they could be, but
No, but here's the
choices.
thing. You said
the choices.
the choices.
are objectively
So
illusory,
you're
not the
having,
experiences.
you're hold
not
on.
the experiences,
You're,
the choices.
do you have an experience of choice?
You have subjective.
Okay, you have a subjective experience of choice. So what's the difference between your subjective experience of choice and your other experiences?
So
Why do you say that one's illusory but the other one isn't? How do you know you're even sitting here right
you
now?
You said my experiences were illusory. I said my choices were illusory.
But you experience choice. That's a type of experience.
Yeah. But
Okay,
that's not all
so
my
that's
experience.
exactly. So
No,
what's
but
the
you're-
difference?
No,
No, what I'm saying
No,
is,
you're speaking.
John,
speaking
listen to
quite-
what I'm saying
no,
to you.
I don't think you're listening to yourself.
no,
what you're
listen to
saying.
what I'm saying to you.
If you slow
What's
down a
the
bit,
difference
I'll listen.
between that specific experience and why you say the experience of choice is an illusion, but your other ones aren't?
What other ones? When you
Your other experiences, because
I
you said that
didn't
doesn't make up
say-
all your experiences.
No, but you are straw manning.
How?
What I'm saying.
How am I straw
Because
man?
you
What's a straw man? I asked you a question.
And I will answer it
A
if you
question
let me.
is not a straw
I
man.
will- no. You are saying that I'm saying that I've got a subjective choice.
No, you told me that.
No, you're telling me.
No, you just told me that.
I know, but
I
you're
asked you and
telling
you
me-
told me.
You're
Did I
saying-
tell him? Did I force him to say that?
No, oh God. You're saying that I'm saying that I've got a subjective.
Did I make that up or did you say it? Let's get clear, because you're saying that I'm putting words in your mouth.
Could you not interrupt it? If I'm trying to make a point, you might as well hear it.
Because you're going on, brother. You're saying that I somehow put that on you. You
Right,
said that.
I accused you of straw manning me.
How?
And now I'm trying to answer it, but you interrupt me every single time. So why not let me finish?
Because you're
that?
going on a tangent.
No, you asked me. I said.
He
I
accused you
said.
of straw manning.
Yeah.
You said you asked a question.
Yeah.
And he said you're straw manning because you said this, but you said it.
You said it, not me.
I know what you're saying, and now, but what you don't. know
Okay,
is
John,
what
we'll
I'm
give you a minute. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's very kind of
Go
you
ahead.
to give me a minute. So you're saying that, first of all, I'm saying that yes, I make subjective choices, and then you are saying backwards that I am saying all my experiences are not illusion, and that is not what
I
I'm
didn't say
saying.
that. What are you talking
And
about?
that's not what I'm saying. So I'm saying that all my free choice of my choices is subjective.
That's exactly
illusion.
what I repeated to you.
But when you talk it back, you then straw man it and say, "Oh, you're living in illusion." No, that's a jump of
No, no,
logic.
no, no,
Let
no, no,
Jake
no.
finish what he's saying about it. I'd rather having 2 or 3 people.
Listen,
talking.
you're making a difference. Experience is the bigger category, right? And then within that, you have experience of choice. We agree? You have experience
Yeah,
of
yeah,
choice. Those experiences of choice are illusory, correct?
The choices
Yeah,
are illusion.
but your experience of it-
experience is a.
So
an
what's the
experience-
difference?
No, so you've got the experience of the subjective choice.
Yes.
That's not an illusion.
Why not? How?
The choice is the illusion.
But the experience of the choice,
Like,
if that's
so
not
if I
genuine,
say,
how is
like,
it not
I
an
have a
illusion?
sip of coffee. Sorry, yeah, repeat that.
The experience of the choice, if it's not genuine, that means it's illusory because it's not a real experience of that choice. You didn't have a real choice.
I didn't have a real choice.
Yes. But you experience as if you did.
Yeah.
So that's an illusion.
Well, the element of a choice is an illusion, but the experience of sipping a coffee is not an illusion.
I have an experience right now that I have the choice to sip this cup.
Yeah. So
Is
what
that
I'm-
illusory?
So what I'm saying
Is my experience of thinking that I have the choice to sip this cup, is that an illusion?
Yes.
That's what I've been saying the whole time.
I believe that you very messily implied
What?
I believe that you very messily implied that the sipping of the coffee was an illusion as well.
What?
No, you didn't.
Well, you'll have to.
I never said that.
don't think you did.
I said the experience of the choice. That's what I've been saying the whole
It's not
time,
what
John.
You said, originally. Anyway,
exactly what
We got
well,
how many cameras we
well,
got here? Is
we
that
can-
what I've
we
been
can look
saying?
back, but anyway,
We
okay,
can look
so-
at it.
so-
I
so-
said experience of the
Yeah,
choice.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
what I
yeah,
said.
yeah, yeah.
So that's illusory.
The element of that choice is not a free will.
And you agreed with me that's an experience.
So that the experiences of choices, so that you're still experiencing your choices.
But that's not real.
No, the experience of the choices, but the actual choice is not free.
Well, what's the difference?
So the experience of the choice is real.
No, what is the difference? Forget the fine line. What's the difference?
Well, I can.
So what you're saying
Yeah,
is
that's what I'm asking. What's the difference?
So the thought
Okay,
of
well-
drinking the tea, having a sip of the tea, that's the illusion. No, that's real. That's real.
Yeah, that's real.
But
the
actually doing
choice,
it,
yeah.
doing it, now that's become an illusion.
No, I didn't say that, Hamza. And that's exactly where you're going.
I didn't
wrong.
say that.
Yeah, he
I'm
did.
saying
He
the
did.
choice
Well,
of
obviously-
thinking that I have the
Hold on, rather than
choice,
confuse
the
it.
experience of thinking that I have the choice to
Yeah.
drink this
Yeah.
is an illusion.
But once that
That you have a
once
choice.
that
Yes.
yeah, so once
Me
that drink-
thinking I have a choice is illusory.
The actual choices, the fact that you think you've got a choice is also another experience.
Is that illusory?
The actual choice is an illusion.
Yeah, but is the experience of me thinking that I have a choice an illusion?
No, This is a very fine line, right?
Exactly. We're trying to find out where the line
I
is.
am trying to do that.
No,
I
one
don't
second,
want
one
to
second.
confuse. No, not one
No, I'm
second.
going to drink the tea. I'm going to drink the tea. Tell me at which part it becomes the illusion. Just tell me. Just tell me.
Hamza,
Just tell me.
you literally
I'm
debase.
just say now.
You debase
now.
argument.
When does it become the illusion? I think I can drink this tea.
Idiocy.
When does it become
Okay,
the illusion? Which does
so-
it become the illusion? Now?
So
Yet? Not?
why-
Does the liquid have to touch my tongue before it becomes illusion?
What is it you're not choosing to do that?
I'm not choosing.
What a
Not by
clown.
free will.
I'm not choosing it.
So,
John, are you having
What am I
fun?
doing?
yeah, it's fine.
Okay.
Okay. So the thing is,
Am I choosing to?
you know,
Am I choosing to make that point? I'm not choosing to make that point.
what I just in a little bit of a summary
You said
is
no,
that
how
you
can I make
haven't
it?
demonstrated.
What basing that on?
No. I asked you, and you haven't. It's fine. You haven't demonstrated your ability to change.
Right,
your
so I'm
beliefs.
choosing
You kind
to
of
drink the tea
agree
to make a
that
point.
beliefs are based on reason and experience.
Yeah, but they don't necessitate my belief. You are making the claim. You are making the claim that if I have a reason to do something, that forces me to do whatever it is.
I didn't make that claim.
Okay, is that your
Right, so
position?
No, you didn't say that though.
I don't think
No, he didn't.
I would frame it.
No, you
quite
said
like that.
no.
Okay,
you said
how would you
thinking of
frame
it's
it?
not
I'd
illusion.
say that all of our mental
thinking about choice
and
is not an
physical
illusion.
and conditioning
Yeah.
pays into a decision that we
So
make.
It influences.
No, I think it determines.
So that's why I said there's a difference between it influencing and determining. Can you prove that it
When does
determines
become
it?
an illusion?
Well, okay. This is.
There's a correlation, and you're going from correlation to
I have to
determination.
drink the tea.
That's a philosophical assumption that you can't demonstrate.
Well, I agree that.
You agree?
No,
If
I
I don't
agree
drink the
that
tea,
it
have I
cannot
chosen
be
not to drink it?
demonstrated in quite
Okay, it
that
can't
way.
be demonstrated, so why do you believe in it?
Have I chosen not to drink
Because
it?
I draw upon various issues. One,
I've not chosen not to drink it. What have I done?
the lack
chosen not
of
to?
ability, so the
Could I drink
absence
it?
of anyone demonstrating their
Could I drink it?
ability in the moment without any experience in between. Wait,
Could I drink
to change their belief. Right? So I've asked a lot of people.
No, you're saying you don't know if I could
Now,
drink this tea.
So
Why
that's
couldn't I
one
drink this tea?
thing. So that
What is it
hasn't.
that's
No
causing
one has
confusion?
demonstrated that free belief. People have demonstrated how their beliefs pay into their decision, which is the bigger subject. And also, you know, what basically I'm basing it on is the conditioned mind from genetics, social situations.
Yeah, I get all that.
All of that.
I get all that.
Okay. But on top of that, the other issue is God's will. So you believe.
Yeah, but that's a whole that's a whole nother topic, John. We're trying to stick to where we have common ground.
No, it wasn't tangent. It's that this took longer than I expected. It wasn't a tangent. My original discussion was that before
He doesn't think
creation.
it's an illusion. He does.
I know, but now we're moving on to God. We're trying to figure out about the coffee cup, and now we're moving on to God.
It's linked.
What?
It's linked.
It is, but we haven't even solved the problem where we're at now.
We have to agree that I can't.
No, but here's my problem with your position. You're saying that I cannot demonstrate my position, correct? That's your main point.
Yes.
Okay. And from that lack of demonstration, you have your belief, which in turn you also cannot demonstrate. So let's say, for the sake of argument, that neither one of us can demonstrate our position. You can't demonstrate yours, and so I can't demonstrate mine according to you. I'm just saying for the sake of argument. Why can't I have my belief due to your lack of demonstration in the same way that you have your belief according to my supposed lack of demonstration? But you're trying to act as if you're on some higher ground. You're not.
Why would you make it?
Because of the way you're saying it. You're so confident in your belief. It's a belief without demonstration, which you're accusing me of, but you're on the same ground. That's my point.
Well, no, because I think if you think about kind of gravity as an argument, you can demonstrate the effects of gravity by dropping a ball.
Yeah.
It's a different matter trying to prove gravity and understand gravity in its essence and its incomplete nature.
Yeah.
So why that's where I would say yes, I can't. No one really can. No one absolutely can.
Why do you think that is?
No one. Because, well.
Can I tell you why?
Yeah. Go
Because it's a metaphysical assumption. This problem is well known in philosophy, goes all the way back to David Hume, where he talked about a billiard ball and a pool set, and that you make the assumption when you see a correlation between one event and another, and you say that therefore event A actually caused event B, but you can never demonstrate it. It's a metaphysical assumption.
Which is where I was coming from the beginning, really.
Okay.
Which was the metaphysics of this. In fact, I started this discussion with this, that before creation, God was, before God made creation, God was able to consider all of the possibilities that could and would or wouldn't happen, including every thought that everyone had, every cup of tea or coffee everyone had. He could choose a reality where you had this cup of coffee and where you didn't. And that's in the omniscient knowledge of God before creation. Are we in agreement with that?
Yeah, God knows everything.
He knows everything. He can't not know everything.
Yeah, he knows all true propositions.
He can't not know.
What's that?
He can't not know everything. He absolutely knows everything.
Yeah, he knows all true propositions and doesn't know any false ones.
Okay, so he's got, in the knowledge of Allah,
Yeah.
he knows, before he makes creation, he knows all of the possibilities of creation.
Yeah.
And then he chooses the creation that is actually made. And that is, of course, the will of Allah. So we're 100% agreement so far. And when he chooses, he can't choose like their variables. He chooses in the same way as the snooker table argument. He initiates reality knowing everything that will happen.
Well, yeah, he knows what's going to happen.
So like through time, after time, hell, heaven, all of those things. He knows what's going to happen, and he could have chosen a slightly different reality where slightly different things happen.
Could he?
Well, it's in his power because he's all powerful.
Yeah, but do you believe that?
If you've got an all-powerful, all-knowing being, then...
So you're granting that he could. He could have.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead. Keep going.
Do you agree?
Yeah.
So he could have chosen. So everything that is chosen, everything that's experienced in this world is the choice of Allah. It's all the will of Allah.
Yeah, in the sense that he willed it from the beginning, yes.
He willed every thought that we had.
Yeah, but those thoughts, okay, finish your argument, because I don't want to straw man you, so make your point. What's your point?
You don't have to be facetious about it.
Yeah.
You know, I'd hope you wouldn't want to straw man my argument. I think it's
I know, but you accused me of that, and I didn't straw man you. I think you misunderstood me.
Maybe I did. Probably did. So where in this choice where you had this in one universe where you just sipped coffee and another universe where Allah said, I'm going to have Jake not sip that coffee at that time. It's all absolutely determined by Allah.
No.
Now I know that, so explain to me how can God, and we won't be talking about from a reference to authority of the Quran or the Hadith, yeah? But just on a philosophical basis, how can God, how can we have any free will when all is determined in that way?
I couldn't hear the last part.
How can we have any free will when we're all determined, when God has determined every little thing, every thought, everything that has come?
He hasn't.
He hasn't.
No,
So explain to me.
He hasn't determined the possibilities.
Explain to me.
God couldn't make it so that there's a possible world in which you have a married bachelor.
Okay, so
Everything that's logically possible,
all possible worlds.
all logically possible
So it's
worlds.
possible that you
He
weren't-
doesn't have a choice of
weren't
that.
drinking tea.
What's that?
There was a choice where there's a possible world where you weren't.
Yeah, but
drinking tea,
if
where
in
you are
each
drinking.
if in each world I'm free, what's the problem?
So what I'm saying is that in that all-knowledgeable, all-powerful state, before he, in metaphorical terms, presses the button on reality, that instigates the creation.
Yes.
Now I know the Islamic position that God gives people free choice, free will. In a compatibilist way, there are certain things that have to happen. Yeah.
Go on.
Certain things that have to happen, like the events of the Quran.
Well, yeah. Once God chooses, once He pushes the button, as you said, that's what's going to happen.
Yeah. So where's the free will?
Before that, because the possibilities, you're saying that those possibilities, He's determining those possibilities. He doesn't determine those possibilities. Any possibilities.
Well, he like if you
you're assuming that once He presses the button, you're therefore back projecting it to the point before He pressed the button.
Yeah.
And you are saying exactly, but what's your evidence?
No.
You're saying that the possibilities aren't genuinely ours. You're saying that He determined the possibilities and then determined which possibility He would select. That's your argument.
It's in his.
That's an assumption.
It's in his knowledge, all possible worlds.
But what are the possibilities based on?
All possible variables.
Does He choose them? Does He have the choice to say what's possible and what's not possible?
Absolutely.
How?
Because He's all powerful.
Okay, so He can choose that it's possible for a married bachelor to exist.
No, I said all possible worlds.
Okay, so exactly
You
what
said,
determines what is possible and not?
God, the all-powerful God.
Okay, so could He determine that a world in which you have a married bachelor is possible?
I don't see where.
Because I'm trying to explain to you that God is not the one that's determining the possibilities.
Well, be explicit.
I just explained it to you.
No. You're saying that God can't make logical fallacies in His creation. Is that what you're saying?
He can't make something impossible possible. That means that He is not the one who is determining what is possible. The possibilities are there.
But that's kind of by the by.
No, it's not. That's the whole point.
No. If we agree, I don't quite understand. If we take out of the picture the impossibles, we're only looking at the possibles.
We're asking, how is that done? How does that happen?
But no, I wasn't asking that.
That is, because we're talking about possibility versus impossibility. And what you're doing is you're moving from possibility to necessity.
No. We're not talking about impossibility. We're just talking about all possible worlds. In the knowledge of God.
I'm trying to get down to what determines them to be possible. You're saying it's God. I'm saying it's not God. What's your evidence that God determines the possibilities?
Because we agreed that all possible possibilities are in the knowledge of Allah, whether they happened or they didn't.
But did He determine them?
Does God determine everything?
Does He determine those possibilities?
Does He determine everything?
I'm telling you, I just answered you. I told you no. How?
That's God. He's powerful,
How?
all powerful. He determines everything.
So He determines what's possible and what's impossible. That's what you're claiming.
No. You're moving from this possible, impossible. Yeah. I'm just narrowing it down for the sake of argument into all possibilities, not the impossibilities.
Yeah, but you're saying, okay, is there a limit to possibilities?
I couldn't answer that. I'd say no.
If it's unlimited, then how do you say that certain things are impossible?
I didn't say certain things.
Is it impossible for you to...
Okay. Is it impossible for a married bachelor to exist?
Well, these are logical rules, right?
Is it impossible for a married bachelor? Yeah.
I mean, basically, you could say that somebody is a bachelor and they've got an illegal marriage or a marriage that didn't, in one state. This. I don't think it's a good example.
No, it is a good example.
But what you're talking about...
what does bachelor mean?
I just feel... No, wait. I think you're obfuscating the point.
No, I'm not. I'm making a very specific point.
No, but I'm trying to derive something. And what I don't understand is where we've gone on to
You said, okay,
thing.
we got down here.
I'm interested.
I'm trying to understand. I'm trying to understand how you determine what's possible and what's not.
What do you mean?
How do you know what's possible and what's impossible?
Because I'm talking about...
Because you said possibilities are unlimited. There's no limit to them. So then everything is possible.
there's different types of infinity.
I don't think we're getting anywhere, John.
No, you've got like an infinite possibility.
Nothing's impossible.
Excuse me. You've got an infinite number of possibilities.
So it's unlimited.
Wait. You've got an infinite number of possibilities. You've also got an infinite number of impossibilities. You've got two infinites.
Okay, are they limited?
What?
Those two infinities.
If they're infinite, are they limited?
Yeah, I'm asking you.
Well, they're different kind of subsets, but I don't want to get into. I'm not qualified to talk about the natures of different infinities. But what I'm saying
No,
is these
okay,
are
we're talking
separate
about the nature of possibility and impossibility. That's what we're talking about.
No, I don't think that's what we're talking about.
That is what we're talking about. That's exactly what we're talking about, John. Because what you're saying is all those possibilities before God pressed the button, you're making the claim that he determined those possibilities. I'm trying to ask you questions.
I didn't say that.
Yes, you
I said
did.
it's in his
You
knowledge.
did. You said that. You said that he determined it.
What, are you going to hate me now? I'm completely new.
No. But you may miss what I said, so it doesn't mean.
I
that
asked
you're
you
right.
if I asked you if he determined them, and you said, "Yeah, he does. Doesn't he determine everything?"
Look.
That's exactly what you said.
Well, I believe that, but
Why?
But wait. I'm saying that it's in all the possibilities are in his knowledge. That's
John,
what I actually
okay,
said.
John, the reason why I'm asking you is because you just asked that, and then I responded by asking you why. My line of questioning is trying to get you to think about why you believe that, because your entire argument is based on the assumption that God determines all of the possibilities.
I went through an argument with you, and you agreed with the points that I made.
Come on, John. We're at the point where we're at the very crux of the issue, and you don't have an answer to it.
I genuinely don't understand what
I think you do.
Well,
I think you do understand.
I genuinely don't understand what you've moved this argument to. So I genuinely don't understand that. Because you were talking about that you.
The idea is this: you're saying that we're not free because any possibility, anything that could happen, God determines those possibilities. That's your argument. It rests. No, not only this reality. Any other world that could have been, he also determined that. That's your claim. Your assumption. Yes, you did.
No, I didn't claim
I asked you that. Okay, so let's make this clear.
I said it's in his
Did
knowledge.
God? No, I asked you if he determined it, and you said yes, he determines everything. So let's go back to this. Does God determine what's possible and what's not?
Answer the question. You can answer the question. You tell me.
What's your answer?
No,
Because I'm trying to
we're
say
not
your
getting anywhere.
entire argument rests on the assumption that he has to determine them, but you can't prove it.
My argument, let's really just come back to my argument, is that you kept saying, well, what about the married bachelor? I'm talking about all possibilities are in the knowledge of Allah,
Yes.
and he chooses out of those this reality.
Did he choose the possibilities to begin with? The set of possibilities, did he determine them to be that way?
I don't know if I can answer that question. I don't understand.
Exactly, and I'm saying your entire argument rests on the assumption that he had to determine them. Because if he didn't determine them,
When
then
you
in
say
those
determine them, what do you
possibilities,
mean by
we are free, and then he chooses the world in which we're free. So your assumption is that he determined all of those possibilities. Otherwise, if you don't know, or he didn't, your entire argument goes by the wayside. You have to make the claim that God determines every possibility. You have to make that claim for your argument to stand.
Are you talking about in his knowledge or in reality?
We're talking about the point before he pressed the big red button, like you said. He knew those possibilities.
He knew, yeah.
Did he have a choice which one of those possibilities existed? That set of possibilities. That set of I told you already my answer. That set of possibilities. Did God have a choice over those possibilities, what was possible and what wasn't?
He may, I would imagine that he established a set of logical rules to determine.
So
what
you
was
think,
possible.
do you think that God had a choice over the law of non-contradiction?
what I'm saying is that this is a little jump that I'm not sure.
It's
where you're
entirely relevant.
I'm not talking about
John, everybody else understands my point. So maybe it's just you don't understand me.
Well,
you too afraid to
that's what we're discussing.
No, I think if you don't understand me, I've explained it.
That I don't know.
I've explained it 3 different ways. I can't explain it any different for you.
I don't mean to talk.
I'm not trying to be rude, but
did he understand all the possibilities that he had, and he chose one? That's what he's asking you.
That's what I'm.
But did he choose? Did he choose those possibilities? You're saying you don't know, and I'm saying if you don't know, your entire argument assumes that he had to have determined those possibilities. Because if he didn't, then those possibilities are not his choice, which means they're our choice, and we're free.
That's a jump.
No.
Walk me through it. I'm interested in. Because you're asking me questions that I can't actually answer.
Okay, so then what are we supposed to do?
Well, but you have a belief about them, so you can explain them from your perspective.
I did. I just explained it to you.
So, but you explain it, but it's mixing it with questions around it. Yeah. So what?
Because I'm trying to get you to understand.
Yeah,
I'm asking you a question.
I would rather, instead of trying to get me to understand, why not just explain your position?
I did.
In the same
I
way
explained it to you. Just as you said, we have the possibilities.
Yeah.
Those possibilities, God doesn't determine those possibilities.
How do you mean he doesn't determine them?
Meaning he doesn't have the choice for a married bachelor to exist or not.
Oh, okay. So this is where we were changing. I was saying out of all actual possibilities.
But we're trying to determine what actually determines the actual possibilities. That's the whole point.
The ones that are not impossible.
Why are they impossible?
Because they're logical fallacies or whatever.
Okay, does God have a choice over logical fallacies?
I don't.
You don't know. You don't know.
So what you basically, we've got 2 subsets. And this is where I think that I'm getting confused with what you're saying. We've got 2 subsets: the impossible and the possible. I was discarding the impossible because that's.
But the question is, what is the nature of possibility and impossibility? That's the question.
No, that's the question you keep asking.
Okay, so then I can say this to you, John.
Yeah.
I'm both determined and yet free.
Some people would say compatibilism is the nature of Islam.
It's a contradiction. Can I accept it?
People do accept
Okay, so what's the difference?
Well,
in other words,
you keep jumping
you say, no, I'm trying to make a point. I'm trying to make a point.
Argument, right?
Of course, this is a philosophical discussion.
But you're moving away from the actual discussion.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm taking you to the very basics of the discussion, showing you that your entire argument is based on an assumption which you can't actually prove. And then when I bring you to that point, you say you don't know.
But because I'm saying that we're looking at all the possibilities and you keep comparing it to the impossibilities.
Yeah, I don't think we're getting anywhere, man.
Well, what can I say? You agreed with the steps that I'd taken, but then you were taking into these issues of non-logical kind of fundamentals, and that's fine too.
Yeah.
But it obfuscates the point.
Okay.
It obfuscates.
Do you want to make a final statement? Because I do have to talk to somebody else.
Fine. It obfuscates the point that out of all possible worlds, out of all possible thoughts that you have, choices that you make, God is choosing that when he presses that metaphorical
he chooses
button,
it.
He chooses everything that happens to you, and that it isn't free will. He chooses that he knows what's going to happen, obviously, and he's chosen he chooses a set of results. It's like he's going to Manchester and he takes the M1 and the M4 or whatever. He chooses the route that we take, and that is bound by that route, and that is his choice. The issue about bringing the impossibilities in is, I think, moot by the by. He's choosing out of all possibilities, and there is no will other than Allah's will in that choice, and everything is ultimately the will of Allah.
And I'm saying, so this is my statement, that we go back to the point before he pushed the red button, so to speak, and you have a realm of possibilities. Those possibilities, God is not determining those possibilities. So within that range of possibilities, if there are possible worlds in which there are free creatures that exist, God can select one of those worlds, and this could be that world.
But even within that choice, within that free world, he still is going to know which reality.
Yeah, but now you're moving from now you're moving from determination to knowledge. Those are two different issues.
No, I understand. That's what we were more talking about: determination and knowledge.
Exactly, but now you're moving to knowledge.
All you've done is chosen this kind of notional world where people have free will.
Exactly. My point is you have to assume that that's impossible, that there is a world in which God can create free creatures. You have to assume that that's not possible.
Okay, that's a bit more to the point.
Exactly. You have to assume that that's not possible, and I'm saying it's based on an assumption. You don't have an argument to say that there's not a possible world in which free creatures exist besides God.
Right, so that will come back to my broader argument about this world, about the fact...
Exactly, that's why we started off here.
That is that actually there is no evidence of absolute free will, that we're all conditioned in our choices and our beliefs, and we can't demonstrate that immediate change in our beliefs. And so even in your possible argument of this free world, I don't think this is a free world. And not only do I not think that, the whole of the universal law is such based on that.
What do you mean universal law? Sorry.
The name of Hinduism.
Are you a Hindu?
No. The name of Hinduism.
What's your position? I'm just curious. You're an atheist?
I'm a non-dualist.
Are you an atheist?
I'm a non-dualist. I said my position.
Explain what that means.
It means that I believe there is only one. There is only God.
Okay, so you're a pantheist.
The unity of being.
You're a pantheist.
Well, that's another word, isn't it? But it's more accurate to say non-dualist.
Okay.
So if you've only got one entity, there is no absolute conflict in that.
Is there a real difference between you and me in reality?
Well, Ibn Arabi was, do you know...
Yeah, I know, but, okay,
so
this is the last question.
No, wait. So Ibn Arabi has got the same kind of belief as that.
I understand. I think he was wrong. So my question to you is, do you think that in reality there's a real difference between you and me, or is it just illusory?
I don't quite get that question. Is there a difference in what respect?
Are you different than me, or are we the same?
Are we all part of one?
You're saying, okay, we're all part of one, right?
Yeah.
That's what you believe. So in reality, are we identical?
So what I believe is that there is one substance that creates it's like a wave function collapsing into a particle duality. So we've got this is a duality which is created by the oneness of being.
But you said you were non-dualist, I thought.
Can I just finish? So this is an illusory duality.
Exactly, yeah. So your position is this.
So what I'm saying is I identify as the truth of my being is that I'm not my body, I'm not my mind, I'm not my thoughts.
You're God.
Huh?
You're God.
I'm infinite awareness.
You're God.
The awareness that is the creator of things, and so are you.
Okay.
So are we the same? In essence,
reality, we are.
In essence, we're the same.
Okay, so the idea is this. You're a non-dualist, that in reality, everything is one, but our experience of duality is illusory.
Yes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So just what I said before, going back to the earlier thing about our experience of free will, not only is our experience of free will choices, but every experience that we have in reality is actually illusory, because we experience duality at every moment, and yet it's not real based on your position. So I'm just wondering, if that was your position all along, why didn't you say that? Because that's what your position boils down to, is everything is illusory. It's like you had it in your back pocket, and then at the last moment you showed it to me.
No, I mean, when we talk about, I'm not trying to trick you. I'm not trying to.
I know,
fool
but
you.
I'm just saying.
I'm trying to have a conversation, and also look, we were coming together for having a discussion,
Yeah, that's fine.
You know, that discussion can go different ways. What I don't understand about the issue about back pocket.
No, because what I'm saying is earlier on, when I was bringing up the illusory nature of our free choices, right? And then I said about the experiences in general, I was asking you if all of our experiences in general are illusory, and you didn't want to say yes, but I'm saying in reality your position is yes. You could have said yes. So I'm saying if that's actually your position, I'm not saying you're dishonest. I'm just wondering why you didn't say it. You thought it was going to take us off track or what?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
I mean, you know, you could be, either of us could be talking about different aspects of our beliefs that takes us away from the arguments that we're talking about determinism or not, right?
Okay, well, how about this?
Yeah.
I'm not going to be here, but if I ever come back, maybe we can talk about that another time. Because I do really have to talk to somebody else.
No, I was happy to let you go. Talk about what another time? The unity of being?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, yeah.
Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, no, it's fine.
Okay,
yeah,
good.
It's fine. It's just a matter of accuracy. Obviously, we've got witness here. No. I think what's interesting, I can look it back and think about, how wrong I was in my understanding about what was said.
But it felt to me like being independent. It felt like every time
you got to go.
Yeah. Bro, do you know who's working these things?
I don't know.
I'm done here.
I don't know, man. That one's.
I'm done over here. Because I'm supposed to speak to somebody else, so. Yeah. Alaikum salam.
Nice to see you again.
How you doing, brother? All right?
Yeah, good to you.
Alhamdulillah.
Are you ready
Yeah,
for?
you want to see if Bob will come
rumble?
over here? See if he'll come over here?
Take care. No problem. Yo, Jesse.
I'm not a debater or anything. I converted a little while ago. I'm kind of in a mixed space, but I'm reading about biocentrism, and I guess that's what you're kind of.
No. This is just private stuff.
Make sure your batteries are.
That's kind of the link you're making here. You're explaining what. The link between God and the quantum world and non-duality, wave function, and consciousness being fundamental to creation as well.
Oh, yeah. So you can leave it on here. Okay, are you going to speak to Bob? Yeah.
What, the park? In general? The country. Oh, Tuesday. Yeah. Okay. Tuesday morning. You converted to Islam?
I did, yeah.
Oh, okay. Alhamdulillah. If you want, you can reach out to me. Yeah. Just check me out on YouTube.
Yeah.
Email me, or if you have Twitter or whatever, you can message me. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm sure I'll see a lot of your content.
Yeah, inshallah.
It seems like the science isn't, matching the mystical now, and we can prove it.
Yeah.
Let's go find Bob.
No, let him come.
No, let him come over here. I mean, his guy was just here before. Bring him over here.
Gave that evidence right at the beginning. I don't know if you saw that. So that's the difficulty in a sense of when your comments may not have the whole picture of what that line of argument is. Do you want to speak here? Is that
yeah, we're just waiting for somebody to come.
Oh, okay, yeah, no problem.
How are you doing, alright?
Yeah, good.
How's your week? Busy? Yeah?
Yeah.
Your postman.
Okay.
So is it finished now? Or?
I'm done with mine, yeah.
Yeah? What are you doing tomorrow?
I have to go and get my vaccine, my COVID test.
Yeah, but not all day, right?
Yeah. Besides that, probably going to do a podcast with Hamza. Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be good. From the office.
Yeah.
Or from your hotel.
Yeah. Office.
No, that's good, bro.
Alaikum salam.
How are you?
Good, alhamdulillah.
Where are you from in America?
New Jersey. So close to New York. Yeah.
Have you always been Muslim, or did you revert? Or?
No, I became Muslim about 10 years ago.
Oh, mashallah.
Alhamdulillah.
How old are you now?
30.
30?
Yeah, I turned 31 this coming week.
Okay. Oh, you're getting old like me then.
Yeah.
So did you what's your background? Is it philosophy?
Yeah, I have a degree in philosophy.
Did you do anything else after that?
No, I got a different job. I'm not in philosophy.
No?
Yeah, but I have my own YouTube channel.
Yeah. Well, that's what philosophy kind of is. It's like I've noticed when I see like some philosophers, they talk about these ideas, and because for me, so my background's in maths, so I keep trying to abstract out.
Yeah.
Because I think there was one or two. None of these are recording, right? Do you have time?
I have no idea.
There was something I was interested to ask you about if you have time, but if you don't,
They are looking to title their video, but they're asking what's the conversation about?
Who's that? With the video we just did?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Who determines free or who determines the possibility? It was a long video, that's why.
No.
Use a panties.
Can humans choose what to believe or something like that? Yeah. Can we choose what to believe?
We had some panties and penanties. He used a panties, you know that.
Yeah, but he didn't tell me until the end.
I was going to tell you, but I thought you knew.
It came out of his back pocket. I'm like,
the ace.
yeah, because I was asking him before about something, and I was like, at the end, he tells me his position.
So what did you think it was his position?
I think that
I thought he was an atheist, just
the
like...
whole
Well, they are still atheists.
Yeah.
Panties are still
Can I
atheists.
talk to you? Because I actually want to clear something up about something. So I don't know, maybe it's a big... Oh, you know when he was talking about all the possibilities, and then you were trying to push him and trying to say, well, okay, so before God pushed the button,
Yeah.
right, then I guess you were trying to get him to do, so I'm not sure, but did God have all the possibilities in front of him and he chose one?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He's saying that God determined all the possibilities.
Yeah. What's the difference between determining then and knowing, and is there a subtlety there that I'm not aware of?
Yeah, it's not by his will.
So God doesn't have...
He doesn't choose what's possible and what's not. That's what I'm saying.
So he just acts, and then we derive
No,
from...
he chooses from the possibilities.
Which he...
The possibilities are based on him knowing the extent of his power.
But then would that suggest it's limited, or it's because his power is
It's
unlimited?
like if a person has a choice A and B,
Yeah.
so Allah doesn't make the choice for him. The person still has the free will to choose between A and B.
Yes.
Yeah.
But then Allah makes it happen in a way for him. Once he chooses A or B,
Yeah, halas is materialized.
yeah, then Allah wills it, isn't it?
Yeah.
Because not a leaf, Allah says not a leaf falls.
Allah.
Yes, exactly. Not a leaf falls without his knowledge and without his will.
But I was trying to understand before the button bit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he must have, because it might be because I have some determinism in me, but I don't believe that we don't have free will. I don't believe that at all. But I look at it from